Buongiorno. I have been waiting to make a video like this with a vibe like this for a long time. I finally feel like things are clicking into place. Apologies for the upload speed. The videos have been taking a long time to upload of late for whatever reason. Loving the Crocs, so I've got a bit of a blister, so I've not been able to wear them fully all the time, but they're a bit sweaty, like Rob said on the comments, but at least they're breathing. So yeah, why am I feeling so good? Several reasons. We have been looking at different Airbnbs and we found somewhere in Toulouse yesterday and we sent the request, but then they came back with a message saying the house is like, it's not quite finished and we would be the first booking. So hence the price, but the price was quite a bit over our budget. It was like £1,800, which is quite a bit more, but we're just a little bit under the gun right now because of the last minute nature of what we need to do after set. You know, we thought we'd be here at the start of June and have a week or two to get into it and then start looking at Airbnbs and have the luxury of time on our hands, and we haven't had that. So time is short, demand is low. Demand is high, supply is low. So the house looked really good. It was like in the suburbs of Toulouse, and the owners got back with a really nice message because it was a request to book, and we've had some issues with that in the past where you request and they say thanks for your booking, and then you drive them, they're like, deny your booking. It's like, thank you. All that's behind us now, I believe. But they came back with a really nice message and just said, look, we haven't quite finished the house. It's a really nice house. We live in it, but we're developing it ecologically. It's all like very eco wallpaper, paints and materials, and a really nice garden, and just, yeah, just looked nice just to be in a city, but not like in the city, but be able to walk into the city. So and then there's a couple of stories going on here. So this Toulouse request was going on and we got this message back. In the meantime, we'd been to the park yesterday where I think I made my video yesterday, which is still trying to upload. It's, yeah, Starlink's in the van. Need to break it out. And on the way back, we're living at number 1 on the street. Number 1. And there's a couple of other apartments. And I actually, the other story that's going is I met Christoph last night, the owner of the place. He came round and he was a bit late coming round, probably an hour and a half late. That was fine. We met him and he wanted to see the van, so we saw the van and we had a nice chat, and we were, yeah, he was just like, come and meet me, come and see me again. And it was just really nice. He had some recommendations, and one of the recommendations was a place a bit more north here called Sete, Ceres, Sedas, something like that. And so today on Vito's Nap, when we had a little walk around, we thought, right, let's reply to the Toulouse people and just say, look, they were basically saying like they had bookcases not attached to the wall and electrics and skirting boards not done. So we were just like, look, we need to relax. Is this safe for a 17-month-old child? Are we going to be able to relax? Because that's our main mission here, and you're already £300 over our budget, and even more so really, because yeah, a lot of places we're looking at were a grand, but like we're, you know, willing to pay a bit more at this point just to be able to get that month that we've been craving to relax and rebuild, repair, rejuvenate, reset. So yeah, we constructed a message and just sent that back to them. But in the meantime, I went back to basically, I'd made a load of lists of what I was looking, and there's, what's it called? Alas, there's an area, there's a couple of national parks north of here, like an hour and a half north of here. And Christoph last night, I was asking him, he was like, I can send you a list of recommendations for things around here. And then he said a few places that we'd been to and said a few places that we'd not been to. One of them was the pizza place, and then he said the other pizza place is also amazing that I think we stumbled across today, but it's only open in the evening, so I'll have to go in there in the evening and get some so we can have them in the day. But I also said, like, yeah, we're just struggling. We're looking at Toulouse. We're not sure where to go. Like, where would you recommend? And he recommended this area. So I had a relook while we were applying around lunchtime, just before lunch. We had a really nice lunch. Eating outdoors in the shade, but in the heat. Just feel like we arrived today for many reasons. And so, yeah, Emily was replying to that. I was re-looking at the I did a new search, but then a property that I'd hearted before, like loved on Airbnb, was in that area. So I looked and I was just like, God, it's a place with a beach, with its own private beach, but it's not on the sea. It's by a lake. So there's like a lake and swimming river and things, which, just caught my eye. And then I was looking, I was just like, wow, this place looks amazing. I was thinking, like, we're only a couple of days away until the start of the month. So it's like any place we're searching for the 30th of June till the end of July, the whole month. So if any property has got 1 day booking in the whole of July, like, it's not going to appear to us. So our search results are massively hindered because of the last minute and because we're looking for a long period of time. But yeah, this place was there and I just started looking at it and I was just like, that feels really good. There's a lake, there's swimming. And then I was looking at some of the reviews, like his name's Michel as well, which is the French equivalent of my name, Michael, saying that the guy bought like them apple, like soups, recommended markets, bought them like fresh apple juice and was bringing them produce every day. Some people were saying it was perfect. They had 2 kids. It was perfect for their 2 kids. And yeah, it's just like it's out there in nature. It's got shade. It's got different things going on. But it's also quite close to the coasts, and it's quite close to Montpellier, where Christophe, I think, is living as well, which would be nice because he's just had a second daughter. So, you know, he was just like, come down, come meet me. You know, it was just nice. So we had a good little vibe last night. So I'm glad I stayed around and up to meet him. And it's nice to meet some Airbnb owners that are normal, to be honest. Not psychopaths thinking giving you pizza and is going to counterfeit living in a filthy apartment or sheet or house. So we ended up like feeling really good about this place. I was showing it to Tony and looking at the reviews, and then I just started feeling more and more better about this place. I think the thing is, we wanted to come somewhere like Sete, so we had some activity, some like hive activity, some things you could just go out and walk and do. And we've had that, and we've got that here for another 3 days. So I think we've been a bit averse to like maybe being somewhere too remote, because we have been remote. However, if it's a remote place that's completely different, and it will be, then that's fantastic. Like, we can go and drive to places and see other places. Let's get a bit of sun, why not? We can drive to Montpellier, we can go and meet people. We're meeting people now, so we can go and see. There's some other family members of Emily's as well that we could still potentially then see and go, maybe stay for a night and then come back. And just the host seems lovely from all the reviews. He's a super host and has been hosting for 10 years and has got all these reviews over 10 years. And this place is a brand new listing, and we would be the first guest. There's no reviews. So we would be staying somewhere where they're saying it's lovely, but if they're saying the skirting boards aren't finished and there are electricity cables loose and like air conditioning ducts like loose, are we going to be able to relax? Yeah, the garden looks lovely, but in the house, are we going to actually want Vito roaming around playing with loose electric cables? You know, is the circuit board switched off? Are they live? Are they taped up? Are we going to die? Could Vito die? You know, these we need to relax. So yeah. So we've booked, and it's been. He asked some questions about the van, and then Emily kept it simple, and then he got accepted. So we thankfully have our new place booked, which is great. The other new thing is number one that I was talking about. We just live up there. Number one, after we came back from the park yesterday, and this dates back to one of my earlier videos, because Nonconformity Company, we're just trying to profile and semi-start lots of different businesses, combining different business models and products and ideas, giving you the blueprints with the tools so you can start them. And we're not necessarily starting them, we are starting the idea and the notion and seeing how they flow, so we can also test them for ourselves, because we want some nice businesses to make us money and connect with our passions, to work a few hours a day and enjoy an amazing life and lead by example. But it's some of them, a lot of them I'm starting, and it will just be there as an idea part to show you that's the potential idea. Maybe it's not taken off for us yet, maybe it hasn't. And this was actually one that I profiled on a big walk that we went on, called Nonco Natural Wines. And in the transition from going from Nonco websites to nonconformity websites, so it was Nonco Automate, now it's Nonconformity Automate. So all those old Nonco domains have been silently being expired and deleted from my hosting account. And I had to rebuy all of the new ones, Nonconformity Automate, Nonconformity, everything. And I didn't rebuy this one. I must have parked this one, and it's not even on the Nonconformity Company websites. But this was tapping into the monthly recurring revenue like club model, where I think the example I used in my initial video on the walk was a gin monthly membership business, where it was featured on Dragon's Den. They did really well. They got an investor on board. I think it was the woman, not Deborah. It was one that came in for a couple of seasons, Sarah maybe. But she was actually a customer, and they came on, and I think it was like 20 quid a month for a gin bottle every month with pairings and things like that. And they got an investor. I'm sure it was Sarah. Yeah. But they went on to build a very successful business, because people pay 20 quid, 25 quid, whatever it was. They get a gin bottle per week, a note per month, with maybe a little other treat and some pairing suggestions, some drink suggestions. Pair it with grapefruit, lemon, lime, whatever it is. And yeah, it's a good business model. I've subscribed to monthly recurring models because it's a nice treat. It's like, that's why people go out and spend £4, £5 on a coffee, because it's an affordable luxury. And I think a lot of these monthly membership drink sites are affordable luxuries for people. They know if they get, they're busy, they've got things going on, but if they've got every month a little treat coming in the post for them, where they can sit down and be like, I'm into gin, or I'm into wine, whatever it is, like, it comes in, and it's like, even if it's that they might be paying slightly over the odds, it comes in, it's nicely packaged, and they know they're getting it. They don't have to think about it. It's tied into their finances, and it's like they can sit down on a Friday, Saturday night, enjoy that with some friends. That's why I think it's a good model, and I think it's good on the customer side, it's good on the business side. So yes, that leads me back to my idea was natural wines, because I got interested in natural wines in and around Nottingham, with all these bakeries, and met a natural wine supplier called Joel, and just he had a wholesale price and stuff, and a lot of these natural wines were being sold in a lot of the kind of cool spots in Nottingham, and they're like £20-30 a bottle plus, and they're lovely. I mean, the science, I'm going to go more into this, and I'm going to be learning more about this, but a lot of the wines that we buy in the shops, and we used to, it's from the grape, but it's got sulfites in it, it's got preservatives, it's got added flavorings. They're like powdered flavorings. It's been highly pasteurized, so heat treated, so you're not getting any of the benefits. And you're getting a different product from the original grape. Natural wines, it's like from the mother, man. It's natural. You get all the sediment at the bottom. They've not heat treated it. You're getting the benefits, the health benefits of the grapes. It's a lighter, more flavorful experience. No headaches. because no sulfites, no nonsense. And non-conformity company is all about no nonsense. No nonsense. Wow, we're 15 minutes in. So anyway, yesterday we came back, and at number 1, where we're at, underneath is a natural wine producer. So we're just like, God, I noticed the bakery that's just around the corner, and this one was just close, but they're not always there. I asked them, I was like, are you always working? He was like, well, we try not to work so hard, so we're not always there. I was like, yeah, my kind of people, really sound people, names of Pablo and Alexis. I was like, cool names, guys, cool names. Like, well, you tell me, we don't know, you know. But yeah, you're cool. And you got natural wine. So we bought 3 bottles of this natural wine and tried one yesterday. The prices are incredible. They were just over like 11-12 euros a bottle, which is like £10 a bottle, which is like now an average bottle of wine in the UK, which is full of all these sulfites and nonsense. So I know a lot of people in Nottingham that would prefer to pay double for a bottle of natural wine and drink less of it, or the same and pay more, just because they're guaranteed not to have this rubbish in it and not have a headache. Sometimes I've had a glass of wine in the UK that's been cheap wine. I've got a headache immediately, and I don't get headaches rarely get headaches, but some wines it's just been like, wow, instant headache just from the nonsense in it. So it's just funny that I now get to talk about some business, putting it out there, the ideas that we've been putting out, and carving out some business models, but not necessarily doing them, but just saying, look, like, this is a potential business model. This is what you could do. We're going to do this, or maybe do this. And we got the wine, and we went upstairs and we were sipping it, and I just couldn't get it out of my head. So I said, Emily, I've got to go down there. I've got to talk to Pablo again about see if they're up for supplying our company with and seeing if we can make this work. So I went down there and I said, look, I've been experimenting with business models. We're only going to do it if we can get enough deposits to start the business. And then the idea is shaping it around the people. Because I looked at some domains yesterday. www.wineandcrisps.com is available. I've not bought that yet, so I probably shouldn't be putting that out there. Go and buy it if you want. I'll beat you anyway. And yeah, he was up for it. I said, would you be up for supplying to the UK batches of one different type of wine a month? He was like, yes. I got his business card. Business card is here. I'm not going to give away the information because that's mine, because I put myself out there. I've come up with an idea amongst many, and then I'm going out into the world, and I've been opening up myself to meeting people. So law of attraction, or just law of making your own luck, call it what you want. Like, would I have noticed this wine shop had got in there and asked him and doing this if I hadn't come up with the intention? No, of course not. Everything physically born in the world first starts in the mind. So I thought about it. It's been there parked and pending, and now the opportunity came up, so pounced on that. So yeah, it's nice because we found the place, and I've just had a couple of interactions where I'm just feeling a bit more excited now about what's going on, and it just fills me with confidence about what I've been doing with the business and all of these business models. And I'm happy to test 100 different businesses to find the one that works, and to find the 2 that works, the 3 that works, the 9 that works. I don't know. That was the whole idea of how we set off, and then it kind of evolved into then sharing them all with you, so you could also learn from and copy what we're doing. Yeah, just trying to make pathways for myself, my people, and make pathways for you. They've got unfortunately on the 4th of July, I could even come back for it, couldn't I? A burger and natural wine party with disco naturel. Not only natural wine, natural disco. Bonjour. Sorry. J'habite Christophe, apartment upstairs. Yeah, d'accord. Je m'appelle Michael.
Et vous filmez?
Filmez. Nice to meet you. Okay. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
My Francais is getting so good. 20 minutes. Hope you got the gist there.